there. All right, let's take the feet so they're open. And we're gonna do some shoulder rolls. Noticing what's going on your shoulders. Ideally, if you can position your camera where I can see your shoulders moving. So all I can see is your ceiling at the moment. If you can angle your camera. And as you do that, I want you to lift and open your chest. So you're sort of lifting back and arching in your upper body a little bit. Breathing in and then breathing out, and adding some rise onto your toes and then coming down. So rising up and then dropping back into your heels. We're going to do a rocking action through the feet. Hello, try that again. So you come up onto your tiptoes and then back into your heels. Tippy toes and then back into your heels. And then from there, if you can take your arms wide, bringing this hand palm up, but this one palm down. And then I want you to move your hands a bit like canoe paddles. So as one goes up, the other comes down, and spread your fingers so there's gaps in between them. And I'd like you to turn your head so you look over the shoulder of the palm facing down. And then rotate the canoe paddles over the other way. Turning and looking down over your shoulder. Turning your head enough that you feel some pull around your neck. Breathe. And you go a little bit further so you now see more of what's going on behind you. Same the other way. So going a little bit further round in your field of vision. Last one each side. Breathe. And final one. And then bringing your arms up by your ears. Arms up by your ears. Just exploring your range of movement. Breathing in and breathing out. Gradually making the circles a bit faster. And then reversing in the opposite direction. And adding some rise onto the tiptoe. Breathing in as you sweep behind. Breathing out as you come down. And two more. And allow your head to drop to the side and let it hang loose. And move to the center. And allow your head to drop the other way. Move to the center. Breathe in as you drop. Breathe out as you lift. And again, breathe in as you drop. Breathe out as you lift. I'd like you to drop and allow your head to go heavy, so you roll your head down and round. And let's go back the other way. Noticing where it might feel a bit stiff and a bit achy. And actually noticing your response to that stiffness and achiness. One more each way. And then allowing the upper body to swing around. And then back the other way. So a bit sort of floppy, ragdoll-like. And allow your arms to sort of hang loose as you sweep around one way. And then back the other way. As you keep doing it, can you now brush the floor with your fingers? And back the other way. Let your knees relax and bend. Or each way. Loose and floppy. And And final one. And you reach your opposite arm away from this leg. And then touch your elbow, your thigh together, rounding your body. And then arching your back a little bit as you reach out. Now see if you can keep that foot off the floor. If it's tricky in your balance, you're welcome to hold on to something if you need to, or if you want to test your balance, see if you can keep that foot off the floor throughout the set on this side. You extend your fingers to the ceiling. And then as you take the leg behind you, try and arch back and use your buttock muscle. Reaching through the toes as you take the leg behind. And let's do one more here. And then switching over to the other side. So reaching out diagonally. Across the body and rounding, making a fist with the hand, and then reaching the fingers, rounding and making a fist with the hand. Breathe in as you reach, pointing the toes quite firmly. And let's do it again, and welcoming the wobble. We go behind now, so we point the toes quite firmly backwards. Feeling for the buttock muscle kicking in as you lift the leg, get a bit of height on it behind. Two more. And final one. Alrighty, let's move on to the other leg, and I'd like you to catch hold of your foot. Bring your heel towards your bottom, and we're going to give our quads a stretch. As you do it, try to lengthen up through your posture, lifting up through your chest, squeezing the heel towards the bottom. And just for fun, can you close your eyes? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake a leg. And let's give that a go on the other side. So holding onto the foot, and you get your knees together. Squeezing the buttock muscles from behind, push your hip bones forward slightly. Heel towards your bottom. And closing your eyes. Can we hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake a leg. Okay, good job. Let's move down onto our backs. So if you can join me now down on the mat, have a drink if you need one, especially if you've had a busy day and you're playing a bit of catch up on hydration. Breathe in and breathe out. Are you looking for online classes that support you with getting more me time? You want to get supple, strong, feel less stressed, get in the driving seat. But actually, perhaps you've noticed that following videos on YouTube isn't actually helping you commit. It's not like the teacher reaches out and says, correct your hips, bring your knee back, move your posture back. And this is the problem. So, of course, you can hit subscribe to get more from the Zigs YouTube channel. But let's face it, we're not going to send our children to a school without a teacher or a tutor. I mean, what's their life going to be like if they're going to learn in that way? So my name's Claire Louise Freeman. I'm the business owner of Zigs Exercise, and I'd like to encourage you to join me and my community online, where we get together via Zoom, and we practice Pilates conditioning, yoga stretches, mobility. And the thing is, we get to actually talk through this stuff. We get to do it together. And to me, consistently doing it together is the thing that gives us much, much better results than if we're left flailing around in front of a video trying to do it all by ourselves. So if you'd like more information about joining me and others, please reach out, get in touch. You can work with us morning, evening, from the comfort of your own home. It's great because you get all the kit together at home, and it does help you to practice in between as well. So I'm offering a complimentary Kickstart call. We can talk through what's getting in the way, you know, why it's not worked so far. And sometimes the hardest bit is actually just picking up the phone and talking it through. So brave pants on. I work with all sorts of people from various walks of life, different shapes and sizes. And often people who do work with me do it because they say that I do it in a very non-judgmental way. Of course, it's free to talk, so you can click the link in the description box below and we can get to know each other and see if we're a good fit. There's no pressure here. On the call, I'll listen in to, you know, what you need support with, what your personal needs are, and I can answer any of your questions about our online Pilates and yoga, where we do it together in community. Why wait? This stuff doesn't get any easier as we get older. We work with lots of busy parents, grandparents, business owners, NHS professionals, private school teachers, regular school teachers. So if that feels like you and you need that support and accountability on getting it done, that's the thing. If we've got the sessions booked in regularly, that means we're much more likely to show up. And it's that regularity that people are often missing. You know, they take time off during holidays. It's the commitment that gets the motivation. So why wait? Book in, give me a call, and I'll see you on the other. Coming down to our backs. Moving into our core section, sliding our hands around the back of the head here and bringing our opposite elbow and our knee towards each other. So level 1, cross and then down. Level 2, picking up a bit of speed. So as one comes down, the other leg is coming up like this. Our third option, we're going to move to a straight leg on one side as the other one bends. And you do 4 more. Breathe. And last couple. And then placing your feet flat. And just making sure that your camera is down so I can see you. From here, we'll move into a shoulder bridge. So I'd like you to lift your bottom up, push your hips up. So if you just drop your camera down, and then roll your body bone by bone. Now, particularly if you struggle with your lower back, try to tilt your bottom under slightly and pull in from your core, so you're drawing in your belly button, squeezing your knees a little bit, and then rolling down bone by bone. So tilting your pelvis under, squeezing your bottom muscles and squeezing a little bit through the pelvic floor. Holding at the top, and then as you roll down, allow those muscles to relax at the bottom. So squeezing on the way up, pushing upwards with your hips. Our next level, we're going to hover a single leg and then lower. Now as you hover the leg, can you keep your hips level so that you're not dropping one side? And then as you come down, rolling through the spine again. And let's lift, hovering the foot, and as the other leg stays on the floor, pushing downwards. So the resistance of pushing down helps to build the stamina through the leg. And on third level, extending the leg and tapping the heel on the floor for our next level. Find your rhythm with what's doable. Applying that force down with the foot that's on the ground. And we do 2 more. Breathe. So final one. And then from here, if you can, bend your knees like this with your hands on top of your knees. And we're going to circle out, round, and back in. So let your knees open as you circle out and round. Allow your lower back to massage into the floor. Then reversing back in the opposite direction. Breathe. From here, we're going to rock up to a seated position. We're going to slide our fingertips from our heels down towards our hip. So we're going to lean back and then come back up. Sliding from the heel to the hip with the hand. Now, some of you might come all the way down, but it might be tricky to get back up. You might prefer to stick with that first level. If it's tricky to get back up, you could try bringing your hands here around the back of your leg to help lever yourself. If you're aiming for more advanced, you could bring your arms up by your ears. Exhaling and lifting. Inhaling and coming down. We do 4 more. Last couple. Final one. And then from here, I'd like you to bring your right knee up to your chest, straightening the other leg away long, like that. And you point your toes on that bottom foot. That's it. And then roll your knee across your body, feeling for the floor with your foot, and applying a little bit of pressure down. And with this arm, try not to trail it down here, particularly if we're tight around the front of the shoulder. Bring the hand up more diagonally. Normal for it to feel like quite a strong pull if it's very tight. Press the shoulder down, press the knee down at the same time, and breathe deeply. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, deep breath. Perhaps using this time to zoom in on how you'd really love to feel today. Using this time for your breathing space to stretch. To set some positive intention with your body. Let's switch the leg. So we bring the other knee up and across. Placing the foot to the floor and trailing the arm again. And noticing where are the tightnesses here. It can be quite common to try and avoid stretching the tightnesses because it hurts. But actually, one of the things we do know is with most aches and pains that a lot of the population struggle with, actually benefit from moving. Deep breath. Back to our I ams. Tuning into how we'd like to feel. Perhaps adding an I am at the start of that feeling. So if we're trying to cultivate more peace in our lives, perhaps we'd say, I am peaceful. Aiming for more energy. I am energized. Find your I am. Repeat it as you breathe. And let's roll to the center. We're going to scoop the hands here underneath the back of the leg and rock up to seated. Coming over to all fours. And lengthening the back as we extend the leg. Can you lift it high enough that you can feel your buttock muscle kicking in? And back down. On the other side, so reaching the leg out, but not overarching the back. Moving the opposite arm up and forwards about ear height with the arm, pushing the ground away with the hand that's on the floor. And let's release. And let's do that on the other side. So we hover, point the toes quite firmly, get some height on the arm about level with the ear, pushing the ground away with the hand on the floor. And let's do that again. So we extend it out. Now, tougher option today, watch what my feet do. So I'm going to hook my toes under here, and I'm actually hovering both of my knees off the ground. So tougher version, we hover the leg out. Or more advanced, we hover opposite arm and leg out with the knees off the ground. So much more stamina building. Last couple. And final one. And then from here, if you can meet me in the downward dog. So I'm going to lift the bottom up in the air. Press the heels down. I'm going to walk the feet back a little bit. Press the heels down. Breathe deeply. Let's bring our hands towards our feet, touching the toes, softening the knees. We can meet in a yoga squat. And we're here. Arms together. And then folding the body in two. And taking a walk into our downward dog again. If we get a bit dizzy with the head upside down, you can always drop it back into child pose as you need to. Breathe. So walking the hands in, touching the toes, holding the squat position, arms together, fingertips reaching forwards, and then taking a walk again into our downward dog. Pushing the heels down, breathing deeply. Walking the hands back in to touch the toes and finding that yoga squat. We're going to do that one more time. Breathe. So walking into our downward dog, pressing our heels down. And walking our hands in, touching the toes, and feeling for our squat. Okay, good job. So if you can come and have a drink, if you bring your camera up, and I'd like you to find some weights next. Are we feeling a bit warmer? Like I said, I look like a vampire with my tooth like this. We did a charity run on the weekend, and I was the warm-up person. And actually, I'd worn the colours of the charity, so I found this little purple skirt. And as I started the warm-up on the top of these steps, the vote of confidence from my 10-year-old came. Mummy, everyone can see your pants. Cheers, Zach. Anyway, it went quite well. He was happy. All right, so we're going to bring our elbows back. And if you can do this for me and squeeze your shoulder blades. And then move your hands to the middle. So I want you to focus on your posture around your shoulders as you do this one, squeezing your blades and then moving to the middle. And make sure you're using a weight that challenges you a little bit, because that's the only way we're going to build our stamina and strength. Gradually moving the arms out and adding some tippy toe balance. Or for more advanced, we can bring in some turn, depending on space, of course. And then moving to the middle. So find your own level of it today. Thinking about your posture as you do it. You're elongating up through the crown of the head. If you're adding in that turn, see if you can go just that little bit further with each one. Breathe. Last couple. Final one. Alrighty, and then from here, if you can allow your weights to hang at the side, bringing your shoulders up, squeezing and pressing down. Taking the feet slightly wider than the hip. I want you to use this exercise to think about your alignment in your shoulders. We're going to press the blades down, draw the belly button in as we lower to a squat position, and then lift. Can we keep some body weight through the heels, particularly if we're tight in our calves? We'll tend to throw the body weight forwards. Try to drop back into your heels. Press your heels down, particularly on the lift as you come back up. Holding through the arm, adding a straight arm for tougher option. Bringing the weight more overhead for more advanced. Breathe. 3 to go. And final one. Alrighty, let's shake a leg. Can you find a stick now? So using a stick to help monitor posture. So we're going to park the stick along the back. You can do it without a stick if you don't have one there, a hand. Moving into doing some lunges. So nice big stride with the foot. And if you're using a stick, we'll pop it down the back like this and use it to get some feedback on alignment. Now, if you can see yourself in your screen, try to align side on and use it to sort of mirror what's happening in your posture. Lengthening that back leg out, squaring up the hips, breathing into the belly. we straighten our front leg and drop in again. Down, down, down. Breathe. And let's do one more, squaring up the hips as we come down, down, down. Breathe. And let's release. Can you turn and give that a go on the other side? So tiptoe on your back foot, lining up through your back, squaring up the hips, and lowering when you're ready down, keeping your tailbone tucked under as you drop, drop, drop. Breathe. And straightening the front leg. And let's do it again. And drop. Oh, fell over for a minute there, Liv. And let's do it again. Drop, drop, and breathe. And one more time. Now on that top elbow, for those of you got that arm up there, nudge your elbow up to the ceiling to open out around the armpit. Breathe. And let's release. We're going to give our legs a shake out. Give our neck and shoulders a little stretch. You can use a jumper or a towel if you don't have a stick there. We're going to walk our hands towards each other. We're gripping and pulling, like we're trying to pull the stick apart. Turning the head, looking over the shoulder. Breathing deeply. And let's release. And then can you go a little bit further? Grip and pull. Turn until you feel a bit of pull around the neck. Breathe. Let's do that one more time on this side. Walking the hands a little closer together if that feels appropriate. And then looking down behind the shoulder. Breathe. Okay, so if we can switch the arm around, we've got the hand up here, walking the hands, stick is vertical, and then we turn and look down over the shoulder, feeling for the pull around the neck as you pull the stick apart. And let's release. You go a little bit closer together with the hands. Pull, turn, looking down, breathing deeply. Let's do that one more time. Walking the hands, pull, turn, keeping some body weight through the heel. Breathing deeply. And I'd like you to take your stick now so it's behind you. Again, you can do it with a towel or a jumper. So we've got the stick horizontal across like that. And I want you to lift your stick behind you. Now there'll be a natural tendency for your shoulders to do this and drop forward. Try to lift your chest and lift your arms and your chin up at the same time. And then let's release. So try again. Squeeze your shoulders, lift. Now notice as I do it, my thumbs are touched together. So try to get your hands to touch as you come up, 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 and then down. Lifting the chin. Breathe in, 2, 3, and breathe out. Adding some rise onto the tiptoes for those of you who are standing. Up, 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 and then down. Can we do 2 more? Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. And last one. Inhaling and exhaling. When you join me down on the mat, you won't need a stick. And more advanced on this one, you may need a weight, or you're welcome to use a strap for level 1. So first level, we're going to hook the strap under the feet to help lever your body down to the floor. Tapping the head down and then lifting. Level 2, we're hands free. Tapping the head down and then lifting. The third option, we're bringing the arms overhead. Or for more advanced, if we've got a smooth, happy move, we're bringing the weight over the head. Breathing in on the roll down. And exhaling on the lift. You might use this exercise to repeat one of your I am affirmations. So you might repeat it each time you come down, or each time you come up. Keeping your feet on the floor as you do it. Let's do 2 more. Final one. And then if you can meet me down on the ground, then we're going to do what I call the star stretch. So feet at the edges of the mat, thumbs, so we're in a star-like pose, thumbs to the floor, pointing the toes, and let your back arch. Breathe and let your belly fill with air. Exhaling out. As you're in the star-like pose, I want you to imagine, what would your star name be? Ziggy Stardust. I think that one's been taken. Deep breath. From here, we're going to roll and move on to our front for some cobras. So hands just slightly wider than your chest. And press your shoulders down as you lift your chest and squeeze your buttock muscles. So on the lift up, press your pubic bone down into the floor and draw your belly button muscle in to support your back. Find your level on the lift and then lower. Inhaling and coming up, pointing your toes quite firmly. Exhaling and lowering. As you do it, can you tune into your shoulder posture? So you're applying a little bit of pressure down through your shoulders and applying force down into the ground. And it's that application of force that helps to build density in our bones and our muscles, either the application of force or impact or weight. Those are the 3 things that are done on a regular, progressive basis, can help us to increase our strength and our stamina, obviously with the right nutrition behind us, which of course is the fuel. And that fuel really comes from working on our mindset. We go a little bit further on our last couple. And final one. Let's release. If you can meet me in a child pose, opening the knees, dropping the bottom back to the heels and lengthening the arms as we lower the forehead down. Often that mindset comes from tuning into a quieter space in our heads. Building some circumstances where we can cut out the distraction. Let's wriggle the fingers forwards and press the palms down. Spreading the fingers as we press the palms down. And again, apply that little bit of force there. In deeply. We're going to move into a seated position. And we're going to give our glutes a stretch yoga style. So if you can hug your right knee into your chest like this. And then pop that foot across the other leg. So we're going to wrap the elbow around the knee and hug that knee in. This arm behind, we're going to attach it to our lower back. Now, can we get the forearm against the lower back and push the ground away? Lifting the chest and turning the head to look over our back shoulder. Now, often the chest will try and sink in. Try to lift your breastbone. Squeezing the knee. Flexing the other foot as if we're trying to push the wall away with that other foot. Breathing deeply. Turning just a little further round. And let's release. Give that a go on the other side. So we switch the leg. Bring that leg across. Take a sweep with the elbow and push the ground away, turning to look over the shoulder, breathing deeply, squeezing the knee in, giving it a hug, and push the ground, spread out the fingers on that back hand. Can you see behind your shoulder? Go that little bit further as you flex the other foot on the straight leg. And on that straight leg, sort of pulling the muscle of the thigh towards the thigh bone. Let's release. Coming down with our fingertips in the curve of the lower back. Pointing the toes and lifting the knees up. Controlling the legs as we come down. Tapping the toes on the floor, but keeping good pressure on the hand as we keep the knees and the feet together. Gradually moving the feet a little bit further away. Exploring the core by moving the legs a little bit further with each one. In some ways, the slower the better on this one. Breathe. Two more. Final one. And bending the legs in and sliding the hands to the top of the belly. Closing the eyes. With your eyes closed, I'd like you to turn your eye gaze upwards. If you're sort of looking up towards the crown of your head with your eyes, even though your eyes are closed. And then circling your eyes to the right, circling your eyes down, circling them to the left, and up to the top of your head again, and then reversing the circle over to the left, down, over to the right, up to the top of your head. Do that again, reversing, circling the eyes down, around, pendulum up to the top of the head and reversing one more time. Opening your teeth, relaxing all the little muscles around the jaw and the mouth, softening the tongue, letting the tongue hang, moving the focus into the throat. Moving the tension down into the chest. Being aware of the space inside of the chest. Feeling the sensation inside of the belly. Noticing the space inside of the belly around the pelvis and the lower back. Noticing where do you feel the most at peace in your body. Drawing your attention down through your legs. To place the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open so the knees sort of just fall apart. The soles of your feet placed together. Feeling for the breath inside of the belly, rising and falling underneath your hands. Allowing your attention to drift. How you're feeling now, opening your eyes, taking a moment to check in. We're going to roll to our side. We'll come up to a seated position, feet around in front. And if we can park a hand just here on the top of the head, we're going to turn so that the chin goes towards the armpit and apply a gentle pull just to give the top of the shoulder a little stretch in the base of the neck. Breathing deeply. To release and give that a go on the other side. So sliding your hand to the back of your head, chin towards the armpit, and breathing deeply. Alrighty, so I hope that's made a real difference today. So if you can hit your unmute for me. How are we feeling? How about you, Sue?
Yeah, much better. Thanks, Claire. It's great. Thank you.
Oh, good. You doing anything for the rest of the evening or just chilling the beans?
Chilling the beans, watching TV.
Great. How about you, Anne Rachel?
Yeah, well, there we are. There we are. Yeah. Yeah, nothing particular.
How are you feeling now?
Oh, much looser. Thank you. Yeah. Right.
Great. Oh, I was thinking I wanted to get that lentil loaf recipe from you. I've not
Oh,
made
haven't I
one.
done? Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll do it tonight.
Thank you. Maybe share it in the Facebook
Yeah.
group because other people
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
enjoy it. Yeah, someone was asking me about it the other day and I can't think who it was, so it'd be good to share it in the group.
Yeah. It
Exactly.
comes from a very ancient book from the 70s.
Oh,
But it's
as
good
old
as
as I am.
ever.
Oh. How are you feeling, Liv?
I'm good. I'm good. I enjoyed that.
Great.
Feeling good. My laptop had a moment halfway through.
I know, like,
Yeah, so every so often it will just fall. I sort of watched it in slow motion go.
oh. How are you feeling, Damon?
Yeah, all good, thanks.
Good. How about you, Ran?
Much stretched out, which is nice. Yeah, thank you.
It's made a difference. How about you, Jane?
Yeah, good. Relaxed.
Great. And you're with us tomorrow for Tribe, aren't you? Yeah, yeah. And Damon, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll see the rest of you the rest of the week.
Okay.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice evening.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Yeah.
Bye.